What to do when the bolt in the water pump is stuck. On some cars, the water pump is fairly easy to access and remove and replace. In my experience, the Ford Windsor motor is one of the simplest ones to change out the water pump. That is, except when some of the bolts are seized or stuck, they don't move. When a bolt doesn't turn, even though you're using the right size socket and the corners of the bolt have now been rounded off, what do? Well, there are a lot of solutions that you can try. Heating the bolt with a torch. You can try penetrating oil and letting it soak for a few hours. An impact driver can sometimes break the bolt loose. But what do you do when these don't work? On this project, I tried all of those, and it was still stuck. So I decided to at least get the water pump off to get it out of the way. The rest of the bolts all came out, so the rounded bolt was the only thing holding the pump in place. A little work with my angle grinder and the rounded head was history. The pump was still stuck though, so I used a sharp wood chisel to separate the pump from the timing chain cover. This left the headless bolt sticking out of the timing chain cover. At this point, I decided to see what was on YouTube for additional solutions. Two came to my attention. One was to use a stud remover to grab the bolt after the head was removed. The other was a technique to prevent breaking the bolt. Both made sense, so I looked on Amazon and found this bolt extractor that would allow both solutions to be used simultaneously. I will tell you this has now become my favorite bolt removal tool. Sherry says it's a new toy for me. The way it's designed allows for both methods to be used at the same time. This helps keep the excessive torque stress on the remainder of the bolt to a minimum, thus reducing the chance that the bolt would break off in the block. I started by attaching the tool to the bolt and tightening it down hand tight. Then I attached my 3/8" drive ratchet to the center part of the tool and gently tightened it until the tool began to slip on the bolt. Then I attached my 15" adjustable wrench to the main body of the tool. With this in place, I started to tighten the tool further while holding the tool in place with my adjustable wrench. The reason for this was to get as tight a bite on the bolt as possible before trying to remove the bolt. With the tightest bite I could get on the bolt, I began to move it back and forth in very small movements to help break loose the rust. As I did this, the bite on the bolt would get loose, and so I just tightened it a little bit more each time it did. Then, as I continued to move it back and forth, soon I could see the bolt was moving more with the tool each time, so I increased the movement just a little bit each forward turn. But I would keep bringing it back to break up the rust. This is the same thing you do with a tap to cut a new thread into a new hole. You move it forward a little bit and you bring it back to clear things out. Forward and back, forward and back. Then I saw and felt that the bolt was easier to turn, and so I tried taking it farther without the second wrench to bring it back. And I could tell there was no more binding of the bolt, just a little resistance. I was careful to go slow, making sure I didn't feel any new binding, but it just kept coming out like it should, and it got easier. As a point of reference, the last time I had a bolt seize like this, it ended up breaking off at the threads, and I had to cut the timing chain cover off of the engine and then drill and tap the hole in the block using the new timing chain cover as a locator. This was so much better and easier. When the bolt finally came out, it was covered with rust, and I'm sure that if I had just wrenched on it without using the backup method, it would have broken off at the beginning of the threads in the block. The back and forth method was only possible by the design of the extractor tool. You see, I have other extractor tools, and I've got friends with other types of extractor tools as well, that I could have tried and possibly got it out, but more than likely it would have broke off. This is because they could not have done the back and forth method, because they are designed to turn one way and will slip in the other direction. To remove the bolt from the tool, just reverse the ratchet and hold the tool with an adjustable wrench. Now, there is a simple way to prevent this in the first place. When assembling parts that can have contact with water, like a water pump, or are dissimilar metals like steel and aluminum, coat everything with anti-seize. This is a compound that helps prevent corrosion of steel bolts in aluminum. It also provides lubrication when the bolt needs to be removed. There are many varieties of this compound. I use the one that is based on a copper flake that prevents the rusting, and the copper is a lubricant at high temperatures that can be generated inside the threads when they are seized like this. So this also helps when working with exhaust bolts as well. And I use this on spark plug threads in aluminum cylinder heads for the same reason. After cleaning up everything, I bolted up the new water pump and started putting everything back together. As I said, other than the seized bolt, this was mostly a simple replacement. Now I'm going to add one more thing here. In our last video on mechanically inclined versus mechanically declined, I shared that most could become mechanically inclined to some degree by trying new projects and expanding their abilities. From now on, I'm going to include a declined to inclined rating in our videos to help those wanting to learn to be mechanically inclined to know what to expect. This rating will be on a scale of 0 to 10. With 0 being something that even the most mechanically declined person could successfully do, to 10 being a project that even the most mechanically inclined person would find a real challenge. This project, without the seized bolt, would have been a 5 on that scale. With the seized bolt and the new tool, it rates an 8.
Thanks for watching our video. If you like what you see, press the like button below and subscribe. And also check out our other videos.